we're still on the theme surviving African parents, and on this episode we have not four entries but six. Yep,
Hmm.
you heard that right. Six. Wait, are there really six?
Yes, we have six.
Oh, great. So we
And
are just
that
going to.
means we have two winners today.
So well, I'm looking forward to the two winners. Let's get right into it then. So, do I begin the reading or you will start the reading?
Okay, let me start it. This poem is titled The Torment of a Laughing Dove, written by I think Serenity.
Hmm. All
Okay.
right.
The view, as narrow as her eyes, but she was loved, groomed and fed, so loved. With a word, it would change, burden to child, the bird beaten back into cage. With every attempt to fly or speak or cry, it is now crazy because they forgave themselves for the stress of having to discipline her. Yet she recoiled into fear at their affection. A baby knows nothing, but a grown baby knows everything. The guilt of standards, of imperfections, of not seeing the things you were never shown. Is there a
Hmm.
word for it? How to hate someone who protects as much as they damage. How to thank someone who damages as much as they protect. When did shelter become a cage? Ungrateful bird. Do you
What do
think
you
we
think?
opened well?
What do you think?
I no, I just threw a question at you. I said, do you think we opened well?
You mean with a poem, right?
Yes.
I think so. I believe so. I mean, I like this poem.
Mm-hmm.
I like this poem. I love the fact that punctuation was on point for everything. Maybe
Including
Serenity watched
colon.
our videos and decided to take a cue from all of that. But the punctuation was on point, and the poem is really nice. I really, really like it. I really, really like it.
Yeah. The torment of a laughing dove. Hmm.
Torment of
So
a Laughing.
what would you score it?
Hmm, a seven.
Okay, not bad. So I'll score this person a seven as well.
Hmm, a seven. Okay, why?
Why do you have to ask me why? Just
Because
because
the last time you were not merciful.
but that's why I asked you, did we open well? Because I was impressed. Like it's not the usual, like the way the person wrote, and it painted a word picture that I could imagine in my head, and I just really enjoyed that.
Yeah.
So that's why. Okay, so you're next.
Okay, so I'm going to read the next one. Please help me fix a name to it. The beginning line, the opening line is "Tomorrow never showed its face." Whose poem is that?
Okay, that's gifted.
All right, so let me read for Gifted. It says, "Tomorrow never showed its face. It left you on the track, running the race, at your own pace, with a heavy heart and rainy eyes, trying to solve the puzzle for daily bread, even with the bread of life. You could see my presence in the citadel of learning, till the soil for an accurate vision, to earn the title of the surviving African parents, standing against the tide on every side. I stood before the moon and the stars, wishing for tomorrow to come and forget the sweet sorrow that your hands will lend and not borrow. The battle of hope and survival gradually brought a great revival. Your words of wisdom brought me a glorious fate. The sight of your rods ignited the new me. Surely the word can't pass but see patience and resilience so real. My African surviving parents, an embodiment of doggedness and love.
Hmm.
What do you think?
Oh deep, oh deep. I like it.
Mm-hmm.
I like it.
Gifted. It seems to me like you're one of those people who don't know the difference between when to use
Mm-hmm.
apostrophe for it and when not to. But I'll forgive you for that.
What's that? To
However, for this poem,
oh,
I'm
okay.
going for it a six.
Why?
It's a nice poem, but it didn't impress me like the first one, which I scored seven.
Um, I'm going to follow in your footsteps. Okay, so let's move on to
I'm listening.
Rita's entry, which is, let's move on to Love and Pain. That's Rita's entry. It's this one is Rita's entry,
All
Love
right.
and Pain, titled Love and Pain.
Okay.
In the stillness of time, it seemed as though everything was paused. Growing up was like a seed struggling to sprout from a rocky ground, path lined with thorns. It was pain encompassed in love, like armies standing guard around us. With trembling smiles, we transformed through life's phases. They watched over us like a mother hen, though deep down they bled. They did everything to paint a meaningful picture, ignoring their busy schedules. At twilight, we shall had lessons. Oh, sorry, we still had lessons. They were the pillars holding us up. Without them, the walls would have crumbled. Experience strengthens the weak. Exposure to the heat fortified the faith. Their hard work made us great. Enduring through every trial, we stand tall. The end.
This person kept up punctuation, also kept up like the stanza structure of the poem all through. It looks very neat to read. I'm still going to give it a 6.5.
Yeah, easy on the eye as well. Because I like the flow of the, I would say, storytelling, I would give this person a seven.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
Okay, you're next. Or should I go again?
Let me take the next one.
Okay.
So this one is from G Love. It wasn't always easy, but we survived. You never understand it until you've lived it. We wish they didn't control our lives. They did their best, we just couldn't see it. Our parents' words and decisions were final. We didn't have a choice in who we would become. Follow their path and of yourself be in denial. A doctor, a lawyer, or disappointment was the outcome. The discipline felt like torture sometimes. Other times we wished we were born elsewhere. We just wouldn't get our way this time. But the struggle was something we both shared. Between the sarcasm and the spanking, it was a ride. Between the sarcasm and the spanking, it was a ride. We realized they did what they thought was right. Tough love made us strong enough to take giant strides. We survived our African parents, and we're all right.
Hmm.
Okay, what do
Um.
you think? All right, do you get me now?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm just glancing through it just to be sure.
Okay,
What do you think? I'm throwing it back at you. What do you think?
so I think that this poem is okay. No punctuation, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think at the end is the only place I see full stop,
Full stop.
which makes it a very long poem. Not exactly, but you know what I mean? Like full stop just at the end, no punctuation anywhere. I'm going to give this person a six. For those you
Okay.
know, a six.
I'm going to do a six as well.
Hmm.
Cause to I don't say nothing special, but yeah, something like that.
G Love, sorry. Much love to you, but you could do better. We'd love to hear more from you.
Okay, so I'll do Nora's entry.
All right.
Okay, and I'm not sure Nora got the gist because this is titled "The Joy of Singlehood."
Oh,
So I don't think she got the gist. But anyway, I'm going to read it just so.
yeah.
Yeah, singlehood feels like wandering in the woods. I wander far and wide with no sense of fear or dismay. A whole new lot of potential. I find my way. There is no time for someone to determine my mood for the day. I go out all day, be good and slay. I invest my time into building my life. I am a better version of myself. There is no hanky panky in sick for approval. I do things on my own term without accusal. I am chasing my dreams as usual. I am embracing my passions and forging ahead. Trying out different fashion. I have nothing to adhere. No need for vows, no trust to bear. I have well laid out plan with no emotional breakdowns. This is my thought in singlehood. I know it's worth the hook. Um, Interesting poem. We know that what's the word? As you said, the joy of title of singlehood, you know,
Mm.
but then it doesn't tally with the team. The team is surviving African parents. So
Mm.
thank you for your entry, but invalid, baby, invalid. So we have one last one to go, which is Chiama's entry. Do you want to do the honors?
All right then. This one, well, I hope this is not a means to bamboozle us because this is in a Word document format, but we move. Surviving African parents, a trial by fire, discipline and tradition never to tie. The rod is spared not, leaving scars so deep. A reminder of obedience, in silence we creep. Okay. They wield the rod with scripture in hand, spare the rod, spoil the child, their guiding plan. They thought
Mhm.
Solomon wrote it for them alone, their ticket to heaven through discipline sown. We apologize even when we're wrong. A habit formed, a heart that's strong. For in their eyes we're like okra, small and weak, never bigger than the owner's hand, our fate unique.
Mhm.
No matter how tall we stand, we can never surpass their mighty plan, their authority to amass. We rise like avatars from the ashes born, stronger, wiser, our stories now swan. Our resilience shines, our spirit unbroken. Hmm.
I
What do you
like the word.
think?
I like the word play.
Yeah.
Mokoje, mokoje, mokoje.
You see that thing I say about rhymes, that rhymes are not
Mhm.
exactly to use. Just know when to use them. Because this person rhymed a lot, but you could feel the weight in the rhymes. There was like it vouched for why it was used.
Mhm.
I would give this person uh, uh,
Speak.
um so I remember the first ever poem we read here. I gave that one a 7 because I was really
Yeah.
impressed by that. Let me go through that again. I just want to see the poem again. Well, if this one was a 7, I honestly think this one too deserves a 7. Honestly.
Okay.
Uh, the only reason why I'm going to give it a 7 is because the poem is really nice. So I want to talk about the punctuation and reading through. I realized that sometimes people use punctuations and because it seems like this last poem made a lot of progress using punctuations. But reading through, you would realize that some punctuations didn't fit for some particular places.
Mhm.
You know, for example, I think the second stanzas, right?
Mhm.
The last two lines. It says, They thought Solomon wrote it for them alone, you know, and then they thought Solomon wrote it, comma, for them alone, comma, their ticket to heaven, comma, through discipline sown. And I see these as one long sentence.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason why I say this is because there is like a threading there's like a threading thought between these lines. And what would fit better here is not a comma because I don't know if I'm just the only one. They thought Solomon wrote it for them alone, their ticket to heaven through discipline sown. It's not one, it's a comma shouldn't be here because they thought
Yeah.
Solomon wrote it for them alone. That's one sentence. Their ticket to
Yeah.
heaven discipline sown. If you're going to put a comma here, it doesn't work because if the second sentence, I mean the last sentence rather should talk more about the first one.
Even
So a
the
comma,
even the third stanza, yeah. We
yeah,
apologize even when we're wrong. There's a comma in front of we apologize. Or
okay, let me go.
is that a writing style? Because it seems like there is comma in front of almost if you go through everything, that's the style the person used. So is that a style that we don't know about?
You can hear me, right?
Yes.
Okay. So I said, the third stanza, it actually works. We apologize, even when we're wrong. That's a sentence.
Mm-hmm.
Full stop. A habit formed, a heart that's strong, right? Now, this should be under sentence because we apologize even when we're wrong. There should be a full stop there. A habit formed. If you're going to continue, you're going to
Mm-hmm.
need a semicolon somewhere around here. But then it complicates the whole thing because you have a lot of sentences with just commas in between, and you don't help us to know which one threads more closely with another phrase, you
Mm-hmm.
know, than the other. I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
It looks just like a rundown, like just like a run through rather, and that can be very tiring. But nice poem. Again, I don't think I want to judge people so much for punctuation these days before they come for me in my sleep. But I'm going to give this poem a seven also.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um, I'm gonna do a seven as well.
That means we have a tie.
Yeah, yeah. We have the first poem and this last one.
And this last poem.
Mm-hmm.
We're looking for two winners, right?
Yeah, so we have our two
Wow.
winners.
Okay, so we have a two. What's the name of this person?
The last one,
This last one. Yeah,
Chioma.
Chioma. Okay, so we have Serenity and Chioma, right?
Yes. Renity. Okay, Serenity.
Okay, Serenity and Chioma. Well,
Mm-hmm.
congratulations to you both. Um, we wish you the best because I mean you scaled through this part, but there's
Yeah,
just one more hole for us, and that's where we compare you with other finalists from other episodes, and then we're able to ascertain um, who the winner is for this month.
yes. But
Fingers
I think
crossed.
I have my winner already though.
You
But until
do,
next episode, we don't
you
have any other.
do.
Do we still have any other entry? No,
No,
we're
we don't
just
have any entry.
exactly. So we're just gonna compare this two to the last two.
Yeah. But you have a winner already.
Yes, I do. I think. Oh, right now
You think
it seems like it.
for some reason I have my
Mm.
winner already in my mind
So why were
somewhere.
you not acting like it was wrong for me to have a winner
No, no, I'm
already?
just curious. I was curious to know who your winner is. I thought you were going to just jabber and say it, you know.
No, next week.
We're just gonna wait till that time when we're gonna announce it. Well, it's been a great episode. Actually, that was quite fast for six poems.
Yeah, I was trying to be very serious and cordial so we can get through it quickly, but
Yeah,
now it's all done, and I'm like, ah,
that was
okay,
fast.
yeah,
Anyways, we hope you guys enjoyed this particular episode. Um, You know what to do. Make sure you comment. Comment section is open for you. Let's know what you think about this episode. Let's know if Zayn is being merciful as she always is or not. But well, I don't think she's merciful in this episode. But anyways,
Uh,
um, also make sure to follow us on all of our social media platforms:
platforms.
YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Are we on Twitter also?
Yes, we are. We are
Okay.
on all the social media platforms, including TikTok.
Just search for Creative Cloud Hub, follow us, let us know what you think about this episode. And don't forget to always engage. You might just be the next winner. Send in your entries, make sure they are tight, right? Make sure your entries are tight because I'm very relaxed, this episode. I might not be nice next time. That is to say, watch out
Guys,
for your
always punctuate because Judge Toby
yeah,
here doesn't joke with it. Me, I'm still
yeah.
more vibes than inshallah, but he
Also, don't forget to check us out on Spotify. We have all our audios on Spotify, so join us there also. Keep the party
yeah.
going. Love you guys. Follow me on social handles. My name is Toby Daniels. You can follow me at Toby A Daniels underscore.
Mhm.
And what about
And
you?
I'm the Zane, THE.ZAEN, the Zane on, well, not all platforms, just Instagram, no longer on TikTok, Thread. I'm not on X. I'm not a social media person. I'm sorry.
Wow, amazing. Well, I'm not on Thread, but I am on X, aka Twitter. I'm also on Instagram. I'm on Facebook. I'm on TikTok.
Mhm.
Find me.
Bye, guys.
Bye,
Bye,
guys.
Toby.